Gotcha. At channel. There we go. Season rolls on. Hacker. Oh my god. Giants. Nope. There we go. CMass and Connor on the call. Oh, fucking god. Okay. And then ELN. Oh, now the BLM command works. All right. We're here.
His offensive playbook is keep on pounding.
Love that. Your opponent has left session. Are we getting some good old-fashioned, like, who accepts whose invite drama here? Is that what this is?
Well, they were both in there. Oh, now they were both in the lobby, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Just typical guys fucking around. Give it a minute for people to roll in here. Obviously, yeah, I probably expect a better game than the last one that was just calmed. But who calmed your game?
First off, better, man. Who calmed my game? Dan and Boz. Boz, his BLN debut, and let me tell you, he did a great job. I listened to some of it back.
Doesn't surprise me. I caught towards the end, and I saw that it was a close game. I was like, oh shit! And I think that's what screwed you, is the fact that I tuned in.
Yeah, pretty much. I could feel it. I could feel the vibrations shifting in the room. I was like, I can't do this anymore.
I had it on in the background on my work computer, and I had the sound off, so I would just would check it every maybe a minute or so.
Yeah.
And it was he just scored, and I was like, all right, is it time for Connor to clutch up, because you were down 7 to tie it up. And I go away for a second and come back, and this post-game interview, and I'm just like, ooh, I guess he didn't clutch up.
It was an unfortunate final drive attempt. You know, not all of us are built like Austin, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know. So, trust me, I've seen him do it to me before. Although, to be honest, most of the time when I play him, I have the ball last. I can never close it out. Anyways, for those who are tuning in, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am CMass here in Better League Network, hosting a wild card playoff game with the visiting Green Bay Packers, led by Steele, and the hosts, our fearless leader, our commissioner, Alex Gossett, with the New York Giants. It should be a fantastic game. As you can see in front of you, the X Factors and superstars on both teams. Both teams are loaded with those ability players. Alex, because he edits players, and Steele, because he actually develops them. Connor, your thoughts on this matchup that we have here today with the Green Bay Packers and the New York Giants?
It's going to be a fun one, man. I mean, this 7 seed was in flux up until, I think, the end of Week 18, quite literally. We did not know that it was going to be Steele in this position, but it's going to be a fun one. I think the key to this game for Steele is how quickly can that duo of pass rushers, Myles Garrett and Brian Burns, get home, right? We know that Alex is going to try to get the ball out quickly. We know he's a relatively conservative passing user. He has to get pressure. He has to try to put Alex behind the 8 ball, or else it's going to be a long game for Steele.
And I mean, what are your predictions for this game? On who do you think is going to be walking into the divisional round? Ugh, I hate when they both wear solids.
Well, I get it, chance of snow, but
I get it too.
No, it's this is probably the most faith I've had in Alex in the playoffs in a long time. I think he's doing exactly what he wants to do.
Got it.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. But no, my prediction is, I think Alex, the safer user, the more, I guess, offensively stable user throughout the season, I think he takes this by about 10.
I'll be honest, ever since the reboot, obviously him being in the opposite conference, I really don't pay a lot of attention to those games, and I see him with these big records, and I'm just like, how the hell is he winning games? So I would be surprised if Alex wins this game, but he could prove me wrong. Dalvin Cook obviously trying to prove me wrong, breaking 3 tackles on the first play. And there's a timeout for Ronnie Stanley that just fits in real life. Worst sim league here. Ronnie Stanley getting hurt is pretty common. What are your keys to the game if you're Alex on the offense and then Steele on the defense?
For Alex, I mean, as base as it is to say, keep doing exactly what you've been doing. You have one of the most efficient offenses in the league. I think he's thrown 35 touchdowns to only 15 picks, fewer than one pick a game. He's been truthfully very, very impressive on offense. I don't think you need to reinvent the 8 ball as your Dalvin Cook gets loose again, but you don't need to reinvent the wheel here, most certainly. Just, take your checkdowns when you have it, keep doing what you've been doing, and you're probably going to walk out here with a dub.
And Steele on defense?
Steele on defense, yeah. I would almost concede the deep shot. Obviously DK Metcalf's going to be a problem, but you gotta make sure Dalvin Cook isn't consistently open all game. You got to make sure the tight end. I don't know, and Travis Kelce. How can I forget? But you got to make sure he doesn't get open as we may have it. Well, good news right there by Steele. Yeah,
and then Steele, I always give him credit. Muscle cramps. Come on, man. He got the menstrual cramps. Get this guy Midol. Get back in the game. Steele, I'll give him credit. He's a pretty solid defensive user. And as long as he's watched a few Alex's games, you kind of know what he wants to do. Like in this situation, yeah, it was either going to be that or an option throw to one of those running backs. So he's go ahead and audibling here. He's got 2 running backs in his back. Graham Hill? No, what's his Graham Hill? He drops
Graham Hill,
back.
baby.
He's going to throw it up the seam, and that's going to be his first read almost every time. Usually it's a tight end, but he wants that seam almost every single time. That's usually his first read. Your thoughts on the play?
What could have been a touchdown there if he went for the rat catch, but I get it. No, really, really impressive read. I mean, again, Graham Hill, he's not he doesn't have those crazy abilities, but he can fit it into a tight window like we saw right there.
Well, we happen to have a special guest that just tuned in. Did he make it to California into a solid one piece?
Hey, what's going on, guys, man? I'm just sitting in LA traffic. Figured I'd just, hop in the booth with you guys and listen to the game. I can't have the game on in the car because I'm a safe driver, but I figured I'd throw you guys on and at least listen. I'm like the trunk reporter right now.
I feel you. So we'll make sure we give you some picture perfect radio-S type calls because you can't see the game. Just for the record, Better League Network does not support people being on their phone while they're driving. Better League Network does not support people while being on the phone while they're driving.
I'm hands-free, man.
Here's that option running back play that I was talking about. He is going to go ahead and throw it outside to Spencer. Spencer's going to try to cut off. It breaks one tackle. Oh, my goodness. Green Bay must have aggressive tackling on or something because that's already 4 or 5 broken tackles to start.
Now, I'll tell you what, though, from firsthand, I mean, this Giants team fights, man. I don't know if Alex has any type of special, coaching audibles, if you will. What are those called? Coaching adjustments, Jesus Christ. But, not everyone's Tahuti in the booth, but,
just back. He's going to be open. He doesn't get it to him, and they brought down by number 10, and that's a big sack for David Long Jr.
And that's what you need, right? I mean, you are not going to stop Alex unless you put him behind the 8 ball and force him to start looking downfield, right? I mean, as long as he kind of stays ahead of the curve in terms of second, third, and short, you're going to have a really hard time. But this is exactly what Steele needed here as we approach the red zone.
Again, another one of those option running back wide receiver plays here. He likes these a lot, and occasionally they work, but it's obvious man-to-man. He's just going to go ahead and hand it off. One tackle to another one. He's brought down by Myles Garrett.
So, question. Why run the orbit screen to the short side of the field? Because you're not giving yourself any room to move if you do end up throwing the bubble screen. Why not flip that play?
I think that he, in his mind, already decided he was going to run that ball.
Fair.
But yeah, I mean, I also I don't like to telegraph, and then some people, and I get this, I've run a play so many times one direction that if it flipped, I feel like I'd just completely fuck it up. So,
me with counters.
Yeah. So if you ran a counter to the right, wait, you usually run to the left, right?
I usually run to the left, yeah.
Yeah. So if you ran a counter to the right, it would really fuck you up. That was an interesting play. And I just feel like he's getting way too cute. I know it's a 3rd and 15, but get a little cute with all these RPOs in the backfield. I, for one, do not like where you have a play that develops that long behind the line of scrimmage. Your thoughts?
I don't like it in a normal situation. I especially don't like it on 3rd and 15. I mean, why not? If you end up having to take a sack, then take a sack. But I don't know, put a passing play out there that felt like he was kind of continuing that drive. Austin, I have to ask you, how'd you like the content I dropped a couple days ago?
Let's see if he pops back in.
You know what, man? I'll be honest with you. I'm telling you, man, I was in the middle of nowhere, California. And I saw you post that announcements, and then I started listening, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is going to really get me through the final 2.5 hours of this drive. And when it went to Fall Guys, I was fucking devastated. Just devastated, man. I really was, and mainly because I just don't play Fall Guys much anymore. So like
Right.
the context is just not there for me. I played probably like 2-3 months with you guys during the summer, but outside of that, man, like I just don't play Fall Guys. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm tuned out, and luckily the Pat McAfee show is on, so I was listening to that instead. But I was really looking forward to listening to your top 25. Not gonna lie.
And a little story myself about that content. I DM Connor almost immediately after he posted it. So I started watching it too. And he started talking about all the things he was going to talk about. And I looked at the video and it said hour and a half. And I said, no fucking way. I said, there's no way he gets to all these items. And then, great job. Great adjustment there by the Giants, putting those guys out there and the purples on that heat. Both users, really a lot of RPOs going on right now. They're playing really conservative for this playoff game.
Yeah, it's something I definitely expected it from Alex. I'll be honest, I haven't watched a ton of Steel gameplay since this rebooted league has started, but interesting to come from him as well. And I will say, I mean, Alex, all across cycles, such a good defensive user. Like, he's really, really good at that side of the ball. Oh my God.
Snuck that one in. And we have failed to mention the return of Bradley Mueller to New York.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, what did that ChatGPT thing said? Like he's ready to face a hostile Giants crowd, all that. It's very exciting, you know. It would be kind of a bridge moment for Alex if he loses to Bradley Mueller, not gonna lie to you.
It certainly would. And he drops back. He's got a clean pocket. He's going to throw it underneath the tight end, and that's just a panic tackle that somehow worked. Likely tripped over himself, and that's gonna be a 6-yard gain still.
Panic tackle where the Packer tripped over his defender's hamstrings. Not ideal there for Steele.
There was one tackle on my game today that it was a panic tackle, and I was waiting for you to say something. Just be like, Andrew's probably screaming about the panic tackles. Mueller going to head drop back 2nd and 4. Good blocking. He's going to head throw it upfield. Jamison Williams with the speed. He's got it. That's a touchdown.
Yeah, man, Jamison Williams, by far the leading receiver on this Packers team. He's the deep threat. He's the slot threat. He's whatever you want him to be. And if you're going to, if Alex is going to keep stacking the box like that, keep sending all these custom blitzes, send Jamison Williams over the top. This Giants secondary is not especially fast. They got burned there. Good start for Steele.
Warren says in the chat, Alex has never saw a cover zero play he didn't like. And I got to say, Alex does run a lot of cover zeros. And sometimes they pay off. But in this instance, when you have a Jamison Williams on the other side, maybe he just thought Bradley Mueller can't throw the deep ball. No way he completes this. Well, he was wrong on that one. 7-3. Green Bay with the lead. Now, Graham Hill trying to go with an answer here. He's going to be in a pistol formation. 2 superstar running backs in the backfield. He's going to go ahead and send Kelsey, and that's an automatic tell for me that he's going to be running it to the left or attempting to run to the left. It's going to be a handoff, and he bounces it back to the right side, and then he's going to be brought down at the 5-yard line. I mean, he's got more broken tackles than he has carries right now, Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, it feels that way. And Steele's user got bodied there by the lead block. I don't know what happened, but that is one, I guess, slight scheme criticism I would make of Alex. Is like he telegraphs his play calls like way too often, whether it's run or pass, frankly.
And this is a very, very defensive back heavy defense right now. I'm pounding that damn rock.
Yes, sir.
He's going to go ahead and make a few adjustments. Here comes that counter play. He's going up the middle, and Dalvin Cook hasn't been touched for 15 yards. Who would have thought of that coming? That's going to be a big first down for Dalvin Cook.
6 for 43, man. I mean, until Steele proves he can stop it, keep pounding that rock. No reason not to.
I mean, if you ever watched an Alex stream, the number one thing you got to do first is you got to stop the run. Stop the run, stop the seam, and you're in a good set. It is going to be a Metcalf end around here. He's going to go ahead and send them. And Metcalf has all the speed in the world. He go ahead and bounce it outside. He's got one man to beat. Does not beat him. He gets brought down by number 5. 8-yard gain there on the rush.
Those jet touch passes, those jet sweeps, those end arounds, whatever situation you want to come out in, those have really taken off in Madden 23 for good reason. The pursuit angles get kind of wonky. A little lucky there, honestly, that he held Metcalf to only 8 because it looked like he was all alone for a second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as long as that defensive end is blocked and isn't contained, then you're pretty set. Or it just somebody uses it, because those are really strong if you have the right receiver, nice enough speedy receiver. Even some slower guys can usually get around the edge on those jet sweeps. 2nd and 2 now. It is a stacked box. He really does not want Dalvin Cook to get rolling here. There's going to be a few adjustments. Dalvin Cook actually out wide at wide receiver. That's interesting. He drops back. I see a few people you could potentially throw this one to. He throws the bomb. That's the Graham Hill we always are used to love and seeing, and that's going to be incomplete 3rd and 2.
And that is called a cover 3 bomb, is what he tried to run right there. Even I recognize that, and had it wide open. Just like you said, sometimes Graham Hill, he suffers.
Yeah, anytime he sees, well, you're not going to see it, but if you're watching a stream, he sends somebody put up on a vertical and then a post underneath it, almost a guaranteed cover 3 beater or that play action rollout play everybody likes.
Yeah, man.
Sending Kelsey over. It's going to be a handoff. Dalvin Cook up the middle. He gets the first down.
Good animation against 2 Packers there to fall forward, and that's why, like, against Alex specifically, I would recommend the Steel run cover 2 invert a couple times, because like it looks just like cover 3.
Yep.
Pre-snap, maybe you can bait him into like setting up the cover 3 bomb and then get him to panic. That was something I ran once or twice against Alex in our game, and it was generally successful.
Name a user. Name the user. Loves looking for cover 2 beaters, and as soon as you throw a cover 2 and then flip it to a cover 3 and they throw picks all game long.
That sounds like Ben Tennant, baby.
That's the one. Well done.
Exclamation point, season 29. Look it up, ladies and gentlemen.
Warren says Alex never saw a YouTube cover 3 bomb he didn't like.
That's facts.
Facts.
Oh my goodness.
He also says both of these offenses aren't good. Whoever will win is the person who makes the defensive play. That's a good point.
I disagree with aren't good. I think Alex, they're not explosive, certainly, I guess is the word I would use. I think Alex is generally efficient enough where he's able to win games, but yeah, if he gets down multiple possessions, yeah, it might get tough for him.
3rd and 5, empty set, usually looking for Travis Kelsey, but I don't like the route that he's running, not there. He's going to want RB, not there. Why kind of? That forces it. That's a lot of risk for a 1-yard gain, and he's going to go ahead and hurry it up here. Ladies and gentlemen, I haven't done this in a long time. You know what this means. We're going to head on the shotgun for some formation. He doesn't have anybody in the backfield. He's going to go ahead and send Dalvin Cook in motion. He's got all kinds of verts. Only needs 4 yards, but he says, everybody go fucking deep. Graham Hill drops back. Clean pocket. Nobody's open on this man defense. Forces it to Metcalf, who makes a big play. First down.
Little indecisive there from Steele's user. It looked like he was going to come down, take it away. It looked like he was kind of staring at the vertical routes. Didn't know whether he wanted to go back and try to cover those like 20 yards away. And that's a big first down for Alex. He's looking a little shaky there, but he got there.
He got it done. And wait, what was the down? Yeah, so that was his coach's decision. He drops back.
Yes.
Again, he's going to throw it to DK Metcalf. Graham Hill with the touchdown, Giants.
And yeah, man, I was going to say, you're usually pretty safe pressing up against Alex and making him look at that deep shot, but DK Metcalf did DK Metcalf things there, just like we saw with Jameson Williams on Steele's drive, just burned the DB, and that's a good response drive. You can see 10 plays, 74 yards there. Good response drive out of Alex.
Both of these teams, while we say are not very explosive, they do have some explosive players, DK Metcalf and Jameson Williams. And both users, that's how they scored their touchdown. Is Ed Kaysen? No. He had the lightsaber touching the TV. Don't
can't have that. Come on now.
Can't have that. Can't have that. Anyways, now Green Bay looking to answer as the Giants scored a touchdown. They're up 10-7, and now Green Bay is going to go ahead and take over, come out in I form slot formation. Alex taking his time picking a defensive play here. Mueller going to go under center with 2 wide receivers out to the left-hand side. Probably an RPO stretch if I was betting money. Nope. It's going to be a handoff here to Beasley, and I know nothing of this Beasley. Do you know who this is? I'm assuming it's a drafted player, but
I know he is 6 yards a carry. He's had a pretty good year. Beyond that, I'm shrugging my shoulders. I've never heard the name before.
Yeah, I mean, isn't NFC where you stat pad anyways? That's where you just can get all kinds of yards stacked up. Yeah. Yeah. Unless you're playing like a Lions team or a Cardinals team. Shout out to Warren and Allen being in the chat. Then NFC's just got some weak defenses. It's like the Big 12. Oh, and that could have been intercepted, but Clark able to go ahead and pull out and break the tackle. He really bailed out his quarterback and then was able to get a first down. Huge play.
That was good usering and a good defensive setup by Alex. Did a really good job disguising his coverage, and no one was open. He just got, and by he I mean Steele. Steele just got a nice animation. Truth be told.
Yeah, sometimes it comes down to the animation. We switch to comp mode and still have those animations occasionally, and then Beasley, not going to get much there, but 3 yards on first down, we'll take it.
We will take it. Alex, a very good user against the run. He's one of the few guys where, like, no matter what type of run I throw at him, like whether it's, whatever misdirection, whatever, like, weirdness I throw at him, it seems like he's never fooled. So I don't think the run game, as we see right there, gets stuffed again. I don't think the run game is going to win Steele this game.
Yeah, that was a delayed handoff because there's an RPO. I'm not a big fan of the RPOs where I'm actually, like, throwing, like, a slant. unless they're like really far off, but I generally don't call those. What are your thoughts on those RPOs with the peaks?
I mean, you know who kills everyone with those is Tahuti. He has the slant to the left side. It's usually Amon-Ra St. Brown, and like every time he sees off coverage, it's pretty much like an automatic read, and usually works out for him.
Backs. Mueller drops back. Here comes the pressure. He's gonna throw it and squeeze it in, but two. Wow, that was a great throw, but just a even better defensive play to just get his finger in there and knock it down.
Yeah, that's kind of one where, like, if I'm both using some kind of hot, like for Alex, it kind of looked like it could have been a pick with the more shallow route, and then Steele, once it did get past him, you want your receiver to make that catch. But excuse me, good defensive stop by Alex after an early good punt too. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm so jumping. Oh my goodness.
Wow. But I was gonna say if he clicked on and tried to catch it, he probably would have gotten it. But
yeah,
that's just something that's so strong in this Madden. That somebody that's like people like Austin that are really good at getting those out routes. And then Phil too, I just played, where you click on and then bring your guy back to the ball. It's really hard to stop that. Graham Hill,
very, very difficult to defend. Yeah,
gonna make a few adjustments. It looks like he's gonna go ahead and give it back to Dalvin Cook here shortly. It is gonna be a handoff. Good block and cuts upfield. Oh my God. I don't know what that offensive lineman doing. He was literally running backwards when he had nobody to block in front of him instead of going to the second level.
Kind of an awkward time to bring this point up after that play, but Alex is winning the battle of the trenches so far. We can see, like, pretty much with the exception of the first run of the day for Green Bay, he really has had no type of leverage, no type of holes in the running game, and he's getting screamed at versus this Giants O-line against a D-line that includes Myles Garrett and Brian Burns, holding up pretty well so far. We'll see if it continues, but I like that if I'm Alex.
Strongly wants Cooper here. It's sort of there, and he tried to do a free-form throw.
Fuck my point. Jesus. Four-man rush comes screaming.
He held on to that one pretty long, not going to lie. That was pretty sim. 3rd and 5 here, though. Alex has got to do something that he's not super comfortable with, and that's passing the football. Oh, this is cheesy. a lot of verts, and I'm surprised he's leaving Dalvin Cook in the block because he really doesn't have anybody to dump it down to, and that's what happens. So that's going to be a 4th and 13 here. Good sack there. Good job by the defense here to answer, and now Green Bay getting the ball back.
And an unconventional, I don't know if it was intentional or not by Steele, using the D end and then dropping him back, using him to take away the crossing route. And then, like I said, none of those verts were open, and Good stop here by Green Bay. Now, Green Bay does get the ball to start the second half. You always want to play kind of the possession game if you have the ball with the lead or even tied, and then getting the ball that puts you at a huge advantage. So we'll see how Green Bay plays this. And I hate this shit.
Yeah,
the zoomed out punts.
When I do it, it doesn't show me that line.
It's an ability that his punter has where you can see the entire arc.
Oh, okay. Mine has the other one that doesn't work. That allegedly slows it down, but it doesn't feel any different to anyone else. But anyways. Warren says Steele does that often. 2-man under and users DN and leaves edge threat to auto win against the tackle. Interesting.
I don't hate it.
Yeah,
I really don't.
I'm fine with it. Anytime somebody comes in this tight set, I go back to base of line. I just hate having my guys inside when the outbreaking routes on these work so well. Drops back. 3-man rush and even see what I mean?
There you go.
Yeah. See what I mean?
open by like 10 yards. Yeah.
I mean, when you go base, they're kind of already outside, and I feel like my user can cover enough of the inside. So whenever I see somebody come tight like that, I'm going back base of line, which I rarely ever do.
If your user plays like it did against Phil, I can cover damn near the whole field. I mean, Christ, I felt bad for Phil the way you're playing, but as Beasley finally gets loose, It's gonna be a grind for Steele. It's gonna be, I don't think we're gonna see any more of those like deep Jameson Williams touchdowns necessarily. It's gonna be a lot of dink and dunk, but coming out quarter, I don't know how I feel about this.
A little cluster action here, and I gotta say, today was one of my better user defensive days. That's gonna be a big 6, no doubt about it. Marshawn Lattimore, hate the player, but a great play there, able to go ahead and take it in. 17-7, potentially New York Giants.
Hate the player, love the play, baby. Now, Steele's been generally making good reads this game. That one, I don't know what he saw. I truly don't.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of those plays where he made the read before he hiked the ball and didn't make the adjustment afterwards. That's a tough start for Green Bay, and as you were saying before the game, this is as confident as you felt in Alex in a long time, and so far, he's handling his business so far.
No, he's been impressive all year long. You know, even going back to last season, he wasn't able to make like a playoff run necessarily, but he did a really good job. I think he's kind of like found something with this New York Giants team in the reboot, and you know, it's been a while since he's like truly competed for a Super Bowl. Will this be the year? We'll see.
Alan B says easy mode completes that pass. Sadly, I don't know if easy mode completes that pass. Still, it might not be a pick six, but at least gets a hand on it. I would think. Here comes that crosser, and I think he just assumed that the user was going to run with the underneath route, because that underneath route would have been still running. And about a minute left here, 2nd and 4. He hurried up here. He's going to go ahead and be a fake handoff here. He's looking for the cover 3 beater. It's not going to be there. He takes off. Brought down by the Giants defensive line. Minute left. Timeout. No, wait. Clock's still running. 3rd and 8.
I mean, New York should call timeout, in my opinion. I don't really know who you're trying to fool there with play action. You know, I'm a guy who, you know, you could certainly criticize me for running too much play action, but I don't think even I in that situation would have. That was a weird decision.
Yeah, I think it's more so trying to fool the AI as opposed to fool the user itself.
Yeah.
I thought for sure I heard somebody say my name. Anyways, 3rd and 8 here. A curious timeout at this point, because you basically cost yourself about 20 seconds, it seemed like.
Well, he had Okereke, I think, on a slot receiver in man coverage. Probably didn't like that. I think that's why he burned the timeout.
Okay, got it. Mueller drops back. 4-man rush. He throws up.
Lord.
Another interception. Stephon Gilmore still going to bitch about that one in the chat. And this is going to be another pick six.
And all of a sudden, in the span of like 2 IRL minutes, we've gone from Steele probably with the advantage in this game to he is in deep, deep trouble here. 2 pick sixes. I know how it feels. Phil knows how it feels. And now Steele knows how it feels. Excuse me. This is Alex is not the guy. He's not the guy to like go around blowing leads. So Steele's in trouble here.
Still got to make something happen here, and this is starting to feel like a game that was played earlier today, where there's back-to-back interceptions on plays, and we'll see if Green Bay is able to come back here. They're not really known to be ones to come from behind. We'll see. Warren says shaded underneath. You can tell off the rip. No reason to throw a 10-yard curl with 30 seconds left. Facts.
Oh.
Dan says,
Warren,
what are you doing?
Off rip.
Mueller
I don't know about.
Throws it upfield. Jameson Williams. He breaks away. Able to go ahead and get in. That's a timeout. Huge play. Kids yelling me for screaming. Tough shit, son. It's the playoffs.
Talk to him. No, that's the one thing you can't give up, man. I'm shocked. I don't know whether you like shaded over top, made any type of adjustments. Maybe expected the deep blue to take that away, but you know, we were saying Green Bay and Steele were reeling here. Maybe a little bit of life here for Bradley Mueller and company, but don't. Oh, what is this?
Oh boy! And there's the timeout. Yep. Now I'll be honest. When I see somebody's shit happening like that, I wait. Not everybody. I don't expect other people to do it, but I wait because it's not their. In my opinion, it's not their fault. It's fucking Madden being bullshit. So I'll wait until they're set again. Now, if it's the Super Bowl against Warren, I'm fucking
wide open.
Oh man, the tight end was wide
open. Yeah, the tight end.
Yeah, it's because the defenders ran into each other, I think. Yeah, he had him wide open and missed him. That might come back to bite him if he has to end up settling for 3.
Yeah, I would have expected that to be the first read. It's kind of surprising. Now, granted, the corner was also sort of open, but that's a tight throw to make.
Definitely a tougher throw. And here comes some pressure. And again, Alex,
you know it's man coverage now.
Yeah. And that's just terrible throw. Hobbs gonna take. Could this be a pick six? Hobbs breaks. He's only got one more man to beat. 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Giants.
Ladies and gentlemen, check the Pittsburgh bridges. I think it's going to start to become one of those games. The Giants defense has 21 points. Giants offense has 10, and Steele's just throwing it away. That's all you can say. Literally throwing it away.
I gotta say, I'm pretty sure Lucky said to Alex, "No way you can beat how many points somebody scores on Steele in the playoffs." And Alex said, "Hold my beer." He's on pace to try to go for that 70 burger that Lucky put on Steele a few Maddens ago. And that's halftime with the Giants. High lead here, 31-7. Connor, what does Steele got to do to get back in this game?
I feel like I've got whiplash over this game. Stop throwing picks. I mean, I don't. That's not the analysis that came to BLN for. Ooh, not a bad kick return there, but no. I mean, it feels like on 2 of the 3 picks he's thrown, he's had guys open.
Yeah.
Like it's not as if he's, getting blanketed here by Alex. He just needs to like calm down here, recognize that while Alex was getting sheds in the first quarter, he's not like his D-line isn't really showing up as much in the second quarter. Just, calm down, take that extra second to process, and you don't need to get it all back in one play here. You still have, you have 16 game minutes. Like, time is not an issue yet. Just put a good drive together.
It concerns me that immediately comes out empty sets. Like, for me, like,
no huddle.
This is my situation. I'm, this first drive, I'm going to treat it like any other drive. I'm going to try to, I'm still going to run the ball, and I just need to get some damn points. I need to get my flow back. But him just coming out like that is kind of telling me he's panicking. That's just my opinion. Some might say he just doesn't have a lot of time, but that's just my thoughts. And you know what? I have the microphone, so deal with it. Mueller drops back. Here comes the pressure.
Oh, boy.
And he's going to go ahead and dump it down to Beasley. Beasley shouldn't have had that popcorn before the game. Slips out of his hands, 3rd and 1.
And Alex doing a very smart thing there, dropping back with his user to take away the Jamison Williams deep shot, made it where, only the angle was open, and a bit of an unfortunate drop there.
Yeah.
But 2nd and 1, 3rd and 1, you can't run this one. Well, okay.
Oh, if Josh Allen wasn't a defensive end, that would have been probably a potential pick, because I thought he could have gotten a hand on that one. Mueller acting like he has easy mode with some of these throws he's trying to attempt here. Mueller making a few adjustments here. Kiki Riki is the user. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. Another RPO. He's going to hand off to Beasley. Beasley shut down fairly quickly. Paranoid enabled.
Hurry up on offense. You know what that means. Bradley Miller's got his Beasley in the backfield. He's going to go ahead. He's got Pittman Jr. in the slot. Number 1 all the way to the outside. Jamison Williams, former Alabama Crimson Tide. Here comes the pressure off the edge. Brought down by Harold Landry. Completely unblocked.
And this is where it's going to get so tough, is when Alex feels like he can send these blitzes with impunity. Did a good job there with his user. He did eventually have that deep out route with the hot route there on the escape coming open, but it's going to be really tough. Like, if he keeps looking for, deep developing routes and Alex is able to just send 5-6 guys, I am concerned.
Warren asks, does the 10 rush rule apply in the playoffs? It's the only rule that seems to apply in the playoffs.
I was about to say, baby.
Yeah, and which even in the regular season as well. But there's a lot of rules that kind of fall off, like a lot of the sportsmanship and stat padding rules. But the 10 rush rule, for whatever reason, does still exist. Brought down by Josh Allen, 2nd and 18.
And I respect Steele for he's doing his best to stay in the pocket and not roll out here. At some point, I mean, Bradley Miller's not a slow quarterback. At some point, you got to start using his legs a little bit here.
Giants going with an all-out man defense here. It is going to be a handoff to Beasley, and that's AKA I'm giving up. That's what I'm seeing. If all that to get down to here and then run the ball on a read option on 3rd and 18.
That was a weird play call. I think
18,
he may have seen Alex in kind of a beneficial formation for the running game, but you got to remember, man, I mean, this Giants run D is nothing to play with. Like, a 2nd and long, you got to throw the ball.
And now 3rd and 19, looks like he might force it. Obvious man coverage. 7 seconds left. He's going to have to get this one off. Drops back. Clean pocket if he steps up a little bit. He's going to go ahead and throw it upfield to Beasley. Alex, I guess he assumed he was switching off to a different player, because this guy was running back to the line of scrimmage. Hurry up, offense. Oh, my God. Look at these players switching around.
My goodness.
Steele isn't as nice as me. He drops back. It wasn't there. Now he panics. Ball falls
maybe that's karma for not waiting. Got a little scared there and forced throw it away. Having 4th 12 backfield, losing 31-7 is about to have the fans rioting.
I don't get the 4 part.
4 and 12.
I get the 12. Who's Brett Favre.
Mueller and
Brett Favre. Yeah.
Ew.
Okay. When he sat in the backfield, I assumed like 4 was like a famous running back for the Packers, and I was like, I can't think of anybody. Anyways, I'm kind of shocked. I think that might be the first Justin joke that didn't hit. Anyways, Bradley Mueller is going to be in a shotgun formation here, and this is
Not
a formation.
Justin.
Yeah, I know he usually hits.
Also, let's be real, Justin. This is a standard like Aaron Rodgers playoff performance, so nothing's new about this.
Yeah, true. Only 3-man rush. Still gets a little pressure.
Good usering.
That's a coverage hit right there. 4th and goal now, and do you go for this here?
Honestly, that's my take. I probably kick the field goal just based on. I don't know. It's so tough. I mean, if you don't get a stop here, you're losing regardless whether you score 3 or 7. But I probably kicked the field goal just on the argument of, you make it a 3-possession game regardless.
Now he doesn't have to go for 2-point conversions a bunch.
Right. Yeah.
But I guess it's points. But he basically took that 5 minutes of the quarter, and an 8-minute quarter to score 3 points. So it's a little disappointing.
Yeah. And look up there, only 130. Only 130 offensive yards, for the New York Giants. Again, a lot of this is just Steele beating himself. I'm sure he's gonna be frustrated.
And my goodness, that's the best the Green Bay defensive line's played all game long, stuffing him for a 2-yard loss.
Mm-hmm. And at this point, you got to stack the box. You got to play the flats. Like it is what it is here. You got to just pin your ears back here. And
here we go.
If Alex wants to take a deep shot, sure.
Here we go again. Although I don't like the other vert on that side. They kind of, oh no, he changes it up. Interesting. Drops back. And explain to me the Dalvin Cook at wide receiver a lot. And it's not like he's in the slot. He's just all the way out wide. I don't get it.
I can't explain that to you. Yeah, that sounds like a question for Alex after the game.
Yeah, we might have to. 3rd and 2 now. This is an absolute must stop if you're the Green Bay Packers. He wants... Oh, now he's changing the play. I was going to say he definitely wants Kelsey underneath. Now he's thinking about changing the play. Take all the time you need, Alex, because you've got to run that clock down within the rules here. Making an adjustment. Can they get over in time? Taking their sweet time. 2, 1. He gets it off. Here comes the 5-man rush. It gets it off. And Cooper's got a big first down. Brought that out of bounds. Huge play for the Giants.
And you have 39 seconds to prepare for the play defensively, and you still get trapped on the D-line. I don't know what Steele was doing there.
Yeah, I guess he just thought Panic needed to make one more adjustment and try to switch to a player that didn't work out.
Possibly, yeah.
Taking his sweet time. Running the clock out within the rules. Although I guess there's no running out clock in the playoffs either. And takes advantage of the players bumping into each other. Oh, what?
Oh, my God.
I thought for sure he got the pick animation. And then all of a sudden, Kelsey had it. The camera didn't flip.
I mean, Kelsey didn't even... I want to see this again. I don't think Kelsey even, turned his head to the ball. He just kind of... Just a little... Yeah, just put his hands out and it works for him.
Yeah, Steele's a little livid on that one. I'd be very livid if I was Steele. I thought he had the interception there for sure. He even got the animation for it, but it is what it is. Graham drops back. He throws it immediately outside. DK Metcalf high ball for no reason. That's a touchdown for the Giants.
And that's probably game. I mean, respect to Alex for, bringing a typical efficient offensive performance out, but Steele is going to be kicking himself after this one. Just not good for him. Just straight up not good.
Yeah, back-to-back games where the away team in the wild card round just didn't have a great game. A couple of users throwing a lot of picks today. Let's see if he can kind of get something going, a little momentum going into the offseason, make this a little bit more of a game for us as Clark's going to take it out of the end zone here. He's going to cut upfield. Oh! And interesting enough, the kicker was just chilling back there at the 50-yard line waiting. I have not seen that before. Usually the kicker over pursues, but here we are now, 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line. We have a quarter and 28 seconds left to try to get something going here if you're Bradley Mueller.
There's no other way around it. You got to go real quick. This can't take any more than 2 minutes, and that's a good start.
That was a hell of a pancake by the left guard there. Michael Pittman up the seam. Here comes the hurry up. You know what that means. Bradley Mueller is going to be in a shotgun formation. He's got a 3 wide receiver set tight with a tight end likely out there. Drops back. He doesn't have his man open. They're literally running the same route.
Take off.
He literally had 2 guys running the same route that were covered by 1 guy. You can't have that. You can't have it. That's Bush League.
What's your force in the chat?
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious that I pressed the button because when I listen in to you guys when you're calming my game because I'm almost always streaming, and I click the button. I'm usually 2 plays ahead of you guys. I don't hear my playback after 2 plays. But anyways, I pressed the force in the chat, and I listen back, and you're just I'm not gonna scream it, blah 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 blah, and then I was like, yeah, perfect.
It was perfect timing. I appreciate it. I'm at my parents' house. I'm not trying to get too crazy. You know how it is. But yeah, 1 quarter left, 8 game minutes. I I'll be honest, I don't see a path back for Steel. This game to me is over.
I mean, Steele's just not. He's he's a very solid user and he's good at a lot of things in Madden. But I would say deep passing or trying to get big chunks really isn't his game. Mueller drops back, and again, good pocket presence, but he's running out of time. There's the Mueller athleticism, just to throw it out of bounds, though.
And as you can see there, ladies and gentlemen, like we haven't seen it all game. Mueller, not a slow quarterback. Like I really, among other things, I'm surprised we haven't seen a bit more of his legs, like as the game's gone on.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I made it not everyone has a Malik Willis type, the fantastic quarterback there in Las Vegas. But isn't your quarterback pretty fast too?
My quarterback, Elijah Ford, he's like Burrow fast, like he's
so like 84, 85, something like that.
Yeah. His sneaky athleticism. He's a gym rat, first one in, last one out, all that.
I hate the sneaky athleticism term because it always seems to be describing a white guy.
That's the joke, yes. That is
like, come on.
That is what I'm saying. And if it wasn't game already, that fourth down stop is going to do it.
Clearly, you know how I feel about this game, that the fourth down play I didn't even comment on. But let's go ahead and turn this into a Q&A session. Hashtag Ask Connor, hashtag Ask CMass, or we can talk about the rest of the playoffs. So, let's pull up the matchups here. Actually, I already have my Chrome pulled up. If you could pull up the matchups, that'd be great. While you're doing that, Hootie says, ask the booth, what is your recommendation for a tennis racket? I currently have the 2021 Pure Aero Rafa, but still struggle to get top spin. Your thoughts as the expert tennis player in the booth? Just barely.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be like the pretty standard response. I think if you look this up, you're going to see a lot of people saying this. I really like the Babolat Pure Drive. It's not the so Rafa used to use it. He doesn't use it anymore, but it's really, really good for spin generation, and it's really the reason I use it, truth be told, is because it's easy on the elbows, easy on the shoulders, and at the same time it generates a lot of spin, which you can't say a lot about rackets. Usually it's like a trade-off. It's one or the other. So that's one I would recommend. I've used Vocals before, which for me, Vocals are the absolute best rackets in terms of touch and feel, but you're kind of sacrificing a little bit in terms of pop on your serve and stuff. So kind of depends. I mean, Hootie, while we're having this whole conversation, what are your priorities in a racket? What are you most looking for?
And while we're waiting for Hootie response, Dan asked the question in the chat. He was a super highly touted prospect in season 1. Is Bradley Mueller a bust? Hashtag ask the booth. Connor, I'll let you go first on that one.
Well, most AI players who end up playing for Coach Bernie Sanders end up being busts. I don't know if bust is such a tough label. I mean, he was a highly touted prospect. He was talked about a lot. So actually, that's a lot of waffling to ultimately say yes, he is a bust.
I gotta say no, only because I had very, very low expectations for Bradley Mueller when he was drafted. No offense to Alex, I definitely think he's a better running user and a conservative RPO type user, but down the field passing, I thought Mueller was in trouble. And you saw him look up some cover 3 beaters to try to dev him, and it just didn't work out. Ended up drafting Graham Hill, and then it's gonna be bouncing outside Spencer, and did do a response for you. Good at control and placement, just sometimes sail the ball a little bit, just doesn't have the heavy ball that I want. Tried the Yonex and kind of liked it.
In terms of spin generation, I mean, the strings are just as important as the racket, maybe even more so. So I guess my next question for you is what type of strings do you use and what's the tension?
Not gonna lie, I didn't know that it was that specific. I thought they were all the same strings, but
oh no, yeah. So there's polyester, there's natural gut, synthetic gut. There's different types of strings, and they'll have their pros and cons for sure.
Hey, real quick, Connor, you are blowing my mind right now.
Yeah, hearing him talk.
I had no idea it was that deep, bro. I really didn't.
It's always that deep, baby. Come on now.
I forgot he was listening to us, and now he's just completely missing out on the game.
I'm just chilling, listening to the Q&A. I got 25 minutes. I literally just got out of the LA traffic, and I'm finally moving now.
I got you. Hey, dude, he has the hybrid strings at 56.
Hybrid strings at 56. Okay.
Connor's not a fan of that.
If you said no. I mean, I'm just trying to think because you say you sometimes sail the ball a little bit, doesn't have the heavy ball. I mean, tryouts. So, I mean, you probably already know this Tennis Warehouse. You can get free demos of rackets. I would try out the Babolat Pure Drive that I mentioned, and you can try out it doesn't sound like the strings or the string tension are necessarily the issue. Just try that racket out, and then if you don't like it, let me know, and I'll send you a couple more recommendations.
And Dan said, to finish off the Bradley Mueller conversation, the legacy to tweets ratio is pretty low. And that's facts. Dude, he says with Babelot RPM strings, question mark?
Yeah, sure. That'll get done what you need to get done, so yes.
He won't be Connor Rice level, but it'll definitely improve your game, is basically what I'm saying. Justin, yeah, Hero is just tuned into the Discord because he's driving to California and needed some time burned. For sure, because his favorite podcast, NFL Stock Exchange, hasn't put out a podcast in a little while, so he's waiting on that one. Unfortunate timing for Hero, as well as unfortunate timing for Bradley Mueller to have such a shitty play.
Yeah, that was a funny play. I wasn't gonna bring it up, but now that you have, yeah, NFL Stock Exchange podcast is probably the reason I won the mock draft pool in the league. So thank you for making me $50.
Yeah, actually, Hero got me on that podcast, and I do enjoy it a lot. I enjoy that.
Good pod, yeah.
Yeah,
it's a good pod.
Looks for the cover 3 beater, but you need a little bit more time. 3rd and 25 here. Hit us with the hashtag Ask the Booth. We'd love to answer any more questions you have, life related, Madden related. I don't give a what.
Oh, also, I want to say while you're listening, Hero, congrats on the move, man. Excited for you.
Thank you, dude. I actually got my keys in my house today, so that's why I'm in LA traffic. I drove down to San Diego, or close to San Diego, rather, and I did the home inspection, got the keys, all that kind of stuff, and tried to set the house up for when we'll probably go down to the house on Sunday with our son and my wife as well. So we're excited, man. I appreciate it. Yeah.
I also got to ask you before you go back to driving. First Mother's Day, did you pull out all the stops?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't in town, so I just had my brother-in-law buy flowers for my wife and also for my mother-in-law. So, some roses can, they go pretty far,
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy though outside of that, I guess.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're out of town, so you couldn't do like all the gestures and stuff that. So I feel you on that one. Justin says in the chat, Connor, how do you feel being the leader in home runs for BL baseball as well as steals?
That's not sim. I mean, whatever you have my hit power at, lower it by like 20. These noodle arms are not getting home runs.
What is he taking? Is he just not wanting to get hurt, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I like this. The game's over. Don't do anything, or don't risk anything, I should say.
I don't know about you, but I feel like since we switched to comp, I feel like I don't see as many injuries. Like, it's usually like maybe a game, but like I don't see much.
Yes, but also we did just see Brian Burns get injured a couple plays ago, and I think that may have gotten in Alex's head a little bit.
Warren said, if someone is up 40 on me and pauses to waste 5 minutes, I'm throwing hands. Yeah, I feel that. I'll get to Justin's
Stay out of Long Island.
I'll get to Justin's comment, and then I'll go to Hootie's question. Justin just says, you have the lowest power on the team. LMAO, it's 25.
All right, make it like 1. Make it 1, Justin.
All right, so Hootie says, hashtag Ask the Booth, Austin versus CMass preview. We did briefly talk about it at the end of the last stream, at least my thoughts. So I guess we'll get your thoughts on it.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. I mean, I kind of, I agree with Dan's takes on Austin, which is like, Austin has, when it's working, it's probably the most explosive passing offense in the league. But he is, prone to mistakes, prone to kind of just forcing balls, maybe because he has easy mode, maybe he just feels like he can make any throw. And, I have seen him every time I've watched him, including against me, make a couple just really questionable reads. So I actually, as weird as it sounds, well, not as weird as it sounds, but I think I trust your offense to not implode more than I trust Austin's, but it feels weird going against the 9-time champ as well. But my prediction is CMass wins, damn it. That's my prediction.
Oh, God, I'm fucking screwed. Give Austin the force one at this point. My thoughts, it's going to be a good game. Every game we play always seems to come down to the wire. So, this one I doubt will be any different. Hopefully I come out on top this time. Dan says, hashtag Ask the Booth, most improved user this cycle and the biggest regressor
I'm gonna ask for clarification. Dan, do you mean most improved between the OG and the reboot, or do you mean just like this cycle overall? I want that clarification.
My assumption is the cycle. We'll wait
overall
for clarification. Because obviously, from normal to reboot can be a lot of different answers,
right?
Because some people just completely fell off.
Exactly. Yeah.
I guess the cycle overall. Your thoughts overall? Or you said you could do both. I'm gonna do overall in general. But I kind of think the biggest regressor has been Cody, to be honest. Not that he's been bad, but he just hasn't been like every cycle, last 3 cycles, he's won a Super. Wait, did he win a Super Bowl this cycle in the original one?
No.
Okay, so yeah, three straight cycles where he has a Super Bowl, and then this one I feel like he never really got close to sniffing it. So that's my biggest regressor.
I don't know if he's like my straight up answer. One of the most improved is Chase. I mean, he went from, pretty consistently either not making playoffs or getting bounced in the wild card, get thrown here by Steele, but he went from that to he's made, leading up to the season, he's made 2 straight AFC championship games. He's made some great playoff runs, and you could argue that this reboot has been the most successful cycle he's ever had. So I would shout out Chase. As far as biggest regressor, yeah, Cody's not a bad answer.
Justin says little question mark.
Yeah, I get what he's saying, but
yeah. While you're thinking about that, I guess my biggest person that's taken a jump. I mean, he hasn't played this last couple seasons, but I mean, I gotta say, P-Town. I mean, he came from a nobody to winning the Asterix Super Bowl. So you got to be impressed with that.
Yeah, no, and he took out a lot of good users to do it. He went on a really, really solid run there, and yeah, I mean, I guess you got to give it to P-Town, because did he even make playoffs in Madden 22? If he did, I don't remember.
Sorry, I was talking to my kid. Who were you referring to?
Just P-Town. I do think he made the playoffs once, and they got bodied by Little in the wild card round. But yeah, going from that to Super Bowl winner, tough to not say it's P-Town. I'm trying to think of biggest regression. Yeah, it's impressive.
Hashtag Ask the Booth. You got 20 seconds left, as we'll probably get these guys in here for a post-game conference if one hasn't already jumped in, because I heard the little ding ding.
Ding ding.
With special guest Austin in the post-game press conference. Chi-Town super fan with the Houston Texans logo. That makes a lot of sense.
Hey, Connor.
Yellow.
Since you disappointed me the other day, I'll hit you up at Ask the Booth and give me your top 5 users all time right now.
Ooh.
Top 5 users all time.
Morty number 1.
Yes, Morty number 1. No, I would say in order. I would say Austin, Dan, Cody. No, I'm sorry. Austin, Dan, you, Cody, Morty. That's my top 5. And that's just off the top of the dome, so I might have made a mistake there.
That's off the dome. Clearly,
yes,
he accidentally left me off. So only because you're off the dome.
Good answer.
All right, we've got the coaches in the booth with us now. Let's go ahead and talk with the Giants head coach, Alex. Alex, your thoughts on the game?
Hello. I'd like to say, first off, we executed the game plan perfectly. Planned for 3 defensive touchdowns to win the game. My main goal going in was play my usual ball, just conservative offense, couple deep shots, and then just make Bradley Miller's life hell. And I think you all saw that with my 6 or 7 sacks and 3 pick sixes in a row. Just a great game. Great game.
Yeah, absolutely. So a couple things I want to talk to you about. So obviously it kind of felt like it was, Steele was off a little bit, but you were able to go ahead and keep the pedal to the metal with your cover 3 beaters. But I got to ask you, what is the thought process of Dalvin Cook at out wide of the X receiver? And it looked like it was just one formation, but I kind of want to get your thoughts on that.
Got to reveal my secret live on the network? Sure. So that's just a quick sub to get Metcalf on that S route. That's all. And it still shows, a blinker out wide, so maybe it could be Metcalf. I'm not paying attention, but that's just to get Metcalf on the S route.
I got you.
instead of manually subbing in.
Yeah, hi Alex. I was just gonna. I guess my question slash compliment is for me. I think this season overall, and then I think you saw it, somewhat in this playoff game, is like this specific season is the most confident I've been in you to make a playoff run in a long, long time. And I think it's because like you've really, really figured out what you want to do on offense. Like you kind of mentioned that conservative RPO style, but it seems like you like very, nicely time up your deep shots. I guess I'll just ask you, like, what do you think has changed from like previous seasons, previous cycles? Because it's fair to say, at times, Madden 21, Madden 22, you really like struggled on offense. Like, what have you just locked in more? Do you like this Madden specifically? Do you think it kind of caters to your play style? Like, what do you think has led to your improvement?
Before you answer that, I gotta say, watching you do this screenshot is like watching Picasso paint. I'm not gonna lie. All right, go ahead.
Say that one more time, Connor. So sorry.
Oh my goodness! I spilled my heart out for you, Alex.
That's my bad.
I laid my heart on the line. I was complimenting you. I said you're a dog, and this is what I get. I'm sick. No, I mean my question. I'll just give you the short version. Is like, what do you think has led to your improvement on offense from past cycles where you at times struggled?
I think I've finally gotten the hang of offense, and it doesn't really hurt that I think this is the best offense I've put together throughout my BL career. I've got an incredible offensive line. I've got DK, X Factor, got Amari Cooper, 90-something overall, X Factor running back, superstar backup running back, and I got Graham Hill.
And Travis Kelce.
And Travis Kelce. I just play to my strengths. I don't try to get too cute. I don't stray from what I know.
Love that.
Helps that he's not in the NFC South anymore.
Yep. And they nerfed the high ball.
Let's go ahead and move on to Steele. Good sport here. Not his best day. Steele, let's go ahead and get your thoughts on the game here. Steele, you might be muted. Steele, you there, bud? You might be muted or your mic's not working. I'll give you a second.
He's definitely not muted.
Well, he might. Like, my shit doesn't want to show it's muted when it's... Anyways. Yeah, Steele, I'm assuming you got a call or something, so we'll go ahead and go back to Alex here. Your thoughts, let's see here. You're the 2 seed, right?
Yes.
Do we know who's playing next, Connor?
If Allen wins later, it's Allen. If not, then it's up to the gods at that point. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, your thoughts moving forward into your next matchup, kind of I guess it kind of depends. I don't know, man.
Is this working now?
Right now? Oh, hey, there's Steele. Go ahead, Steele. What are your thoughts on the game?
My mic was working. I could hear you guys. I just, for some reason, wasn't talking. Just the first 2 passes, I read them wrong. I thought on that little trip streak route that usually that outside guy is open, but I just didn't see Lattimore. And then for some reason, for the first time this whole Madden, the DB actually played the curl like the right way and then just run past them. And it's just hard to beat somebody when you gift them 12 points. So, bad routes, and that kind of just put me away.
Steele, what are your, we're going to go one more season allegedly. What does the Green Packers need to do to get to the next level?
Consistency. I don't get how the fuck I have 2 edge threats and I get no sacks from either of them. And then just sucked that I lost Tyron Smith like the game before in the playoffs when I'm just getting screamed at and my O-line has no push. So it just, I don't know. I rely too much on Jameson going deep. I get bored. I want to just throw it. It's 2 RC and 98 speed, and somehow these guys just fucking keep up with them. It's so stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I completely understand that. Connor?
Yeah, I mean, I guess my question for you, Steele, we'll put the second half to the side because you were way down. You had to pass it at that point. The first half, it seemed like you had what seemed to be, to me, like a really, really good game plan, but in classic, fashion, playing against Alex, who is one of the best users and has one of the best teams in the league against the run specifically. Your running back, whose name I forgot, was getting absolutely fucking bodied, right? He had like 1.5 yards per carry, maybe. So in a way where you're like forced to get one dimensional like that, did that get in your head at all, knowing that the running game just wasn't working, or was it more just like you made bad reads and then at that point you had to just throw it and come back?
With the latter, like I'm not that great offensively, so yeah, I do like to run the ball to get like second short stuff like that, and I just couldn't get any push. So the first one, I just like I said, I just read it wrong. It's either like that middle guy's open on the trip seam or like the outside guy, and I just didn't see Lattimore. I saw like the middle guy getting covered, and he just had an easy pick. And then the second one was like Gilly just fucking played. I didn't feel like he was playing good defense, but I didn't feel like at any time I was like, fuck, what am I gonna do? Like I have no idea what I'm gonna do this whole game or how I'm gonna run the ball. Like I knew I wasn't gonna be able to run for much. I played him last year, I think it was, and I couldn't run on him, so I just knew I was gonna have to just dink and dunk and hopefully get good matchups with Jameson and get him off of there. But I fucked up.
It's all right, Steele. You'll have one more opportunity as we end the Green Bay Packers season here, but the Giants move on. And now let's go ahead and get your final thoughts on the game here, Alex, before we wrap it up.
I mean, just got to keep moving forward. I'm looking forward to my next round. I'm probably playing Allen if he wins, and then I'm not sure. We'll see. Steele, great game as always.
Good game.
Let's get ready for division round. I'm very much looking forward to this BL quadruple header. There's 2 more games tonight.
2 more games, baby.
Yeah, there you go. Was about to say we got 2 more games. Stay tuned in. The next one is at what time's the next one? 10? 9?
Oh, it's like right
And,
now, like right after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
10.
right.
Right after we're done here.
Well, let's go ahead and wrap it up then. All right. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Stay tuned, and we're going to go ahead and turn the stream off for a second. And then Connor's going to go ahead and pull up on his brand new computer, new PC today. And he will take it the rest of the way. So thank you all for listening to me ramble on. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your night, and stay tuned.